37 jumps, 34 berms, the world's most popular mountain bike trail, and the funnest downhill race on the planet? Very possibly. But this year, the Fox Air DH is all business. Contenders for the King of Crankworx title like New Zealand's Sam Blankenstop and France's Adrien Laurent knows that when it comes to A-line, you jump for show, but you corner for dough. Can anyone possibly stop Jill Kittner? The Queen of Crankworx has won this event every year since 2013. Wait, hold on a second. Say what?
So Georgia opting for a trail bike, which we will see most of the men and a lot of the ladies on this type of bike. This is a bike, Cam, as you know, will pump a lot better than a full downhill bike that Jill Kittner has opted for. But Jill Kittner's obviously got great fitness and power on her side. But Georgia, great run here, and this is going to be a time that probably will hold up late into the women's field.
So Georgia Astle dodging the bullet of Anita Gehrig, but she's going to have to dodge another bullet. Anita's sister, Carolyn Gehrig, who will be our next athlete to drop into Classic A-Line. There we go. That looks to be Carolyn Gehrig on track right now, entering the bottom, more technical part of the trail.
So we spoke to these twins before Garbanzo. They've both had injuries this year. They're both really happy to be back and actually at the races together. They feed off each other. They practice together. That would really be a nice strategy to do here in A-Line, because a lot of the time there's a few different ways you can go over these jumps or different lines. Even though it's a simple track, there's only one route down and it's not that wide. Little inches of trail makes such a big difference, Cam.
Well, Carolyn Gehrig not going to threaten the time of our current leader, Georgia Astle, but hey, the battle within the war. We got to see if she can beat her sister, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see who's got bragging rights. Who's buying dinner tonight? Who will it be? We know Nita was in 5th place.
Oh, just outside.
Just by her sister Nita. So maybe the beers and the dinner will be on Carolyn today. But great riding from them. They obviously came out for the EWS, and that's the great thing about Whistler. Great thing about Crankworx. Everyone seems to stay around. They do events that they're not normally used to. So Georgia sitting pretty there in the hot seat.
You have to.
Look for Jill Kittner late in the broadcast to be also on the downhill.
Oh, she's close.
She's in touch, 1.03 seconds. And she's into the downhill section of this track. So can she take advantage of her bike choice here? This is where she should let it all hang out on that bike.
That's a good point. There's not too many parts of this trail where the downhill bike would have an obvious advantage, but she just finished a section where that would be the case. She's only 1 second back. This could be close.
Yeah, let's see if she can pick it up down to the bottom. She went through the downhill section after that split. Then there is a little bit more pedaling and pumping, but she has lost time, 2.77 seconds. The trail crew has almost smoothed out the section. They've placed some rocks. There's obviously a sprinkler system in there. So maybe it's not such an advantage to have a downhill bike.
So close, but Danielle Beecroft will go outside the time of Georgia Astle by 3.24, going into 3rd place.
Former World Cup winner and podium rider Manon Carpenter, out of retirement here at Crankworx and putting on a storming run till now. She's only 0.93 back, Cam.
Well, here we go. This is the
Losing
section
a
right
little
here
bit
where
more time, unfortunately.
we saw Beecroft lose time in the same spot, also on a downhill bike. She'd have to really pull a magic trick right now.
So back in 2016, she was 4th place in this event. Man, the times are close here at the top. Slots into 3rd place, Cam, 2.39 seconds back. So that's great ride from her out of retirement here at Crankworx, the ADH. So will she have the legs to take on this ADH race here today?
Well, lucky for us, we're going to be able to watch her run. She's one of the most stylish ladies on a bike, and we're going to be able to savor that right now.
So we start at the top of this track. These jumps, you want to keep them as low as you can. So she's opted for the enduro bike here. So that'll be a contrast to Jill Kittner. Can she make it work for herself? So Casey Brown, Canadian. And she's 1.37 up, Cam.
Casey Brown.
Talking has really helped her. She's been listening. She is motivated here, Cam. Going through the downhill section, the tights through the trees.
Well, the first green split time we've seen all broadcast coming from Casey Brown right now, trying to knock Georgia Astle off of that hot seat.
So she's riding on fine form here. Like we said, podiums in EWS, 4th place on Garbonza. Maybe she's motivated to make it one better or even better than that. So we're looking for the next split time. Has she maintained that 1.37? The time is ticking by. We haven't got the split.
Oh, wow,
we haven't
something
got the
happened.
split, but I think she's within touch here. It hasn't shown up. Casey Brown coming into the finish. There's one more jump to navigate. Oh my goodness,
long.
and as I say that, Cam, she goes long.
It's going to be close.
Looks like she will
the
slot
clock
into
is ticking.
first.
First place by 0.89. You're right, she did lose some time, but not enough to go into second place. She goes into first place. Wow, holding on to it right now on that trail by Casey Brown with only 3 women left to go, sitting in the lead. Well, next in the gate out of Canada, Via Verbeek, the woman who's had 3rd place here the last 2 years in this Fox Air DH.
Exactly, and she took 2nd in Rotor Air DH in 2018, the beginning of our world tour. And that is a track that is very similar. It's a track that mimics this Air DH, but down in New Zealand.
Well, we're getting into that meat of the order right now where we see some scrubs from these girls. Oh, wow.
Big split time there. She is 3.5 seconds up, Cam. That is a mammoth amount of time on a track like this, and most of the track is done, so she needs to just keep it together. She's safely through the downhill section. Also opting for the trail bike. That will carry good speed down the bottom. Like we've seen, some of these downhill bikes have lost speed down the bottom yet.
Via Verbeek looking to better the time of Casey Brown right now.
She has won an Air DH down in Road Tour, also back in 2017. Can she do that here in Whistler and win this iconic downhill race? She's coming into Finland, and she's going to smash the time of Casey Brown.
Via Verbeek goes into the lead by 3.38 seconds. We have a new occupant of that hot seat. Casey Brown's time was short-lived. And now 2 riders left to go. Jill Kinner's going to be in the start gate next, even though she won last year. I'm not sure what happened to Tracy Hanna, but Jill Kinner trying to make it 6.
So this is what we've all been waiting for. Can the first athlete in Crankworx history go 6 in a row in an event? If anyone can do it, it would be this lady here, Jill Kinner. She thrives under pressure, Cam.
Jill Kinner following up the last 2 riders we've seen on trail bikes who have gone into the hot seat. Green at this split.
What will the split say, Cam? It looks to be back from what I can see, but we haven't been given the split. Jill Kittner. Oh, she is up, but not by much, 0.34.
That is not a large margin. You got to think this flat section down here where those girls were really able to accelerate on the pedals on those trail bikes. Will Jill be able to carry the speed on the full downhill rig?
That will be a challenge for your Cam. But Jill Kittner, your current Queen of Crankworx points leader, your reigning Queen of Crank, she's maintained it, but not by much, 0.19. This is going to be so close, Cam. She needs to really get moving, but this is hopefully where that downhill bike will be up to speed and carry that speed all the way to the finish.
It's going to be close, Andrew. Take her through the finish line.
Jill Kittner is looking to do the 6-speed. Has she done? She has done it. That is 6 in a row, Cam. The unthinkable, but only by 0.4 seconds. Jill Kittner, the Queen of Crankworx, stomps her authority on this event once again.
Wow, they really made her work for it this year. Last year she won by 3.55, but this year it's only 0.4 of a second. How does she do it 6 years in a row?
I think this experience shone through there. Jill Kittner taking the win, but only barely over Via Verbeek. Really impressive ride by her. And Casey Brown in 3rd place. And let's not leave Georgia Astle out. Also a nice ride out of her in 4th.
Take a look right now, Andrew. Bass definitely with a comfortable lead over Lee Jackson, but it's just going to get faster and faster as we go.
Yeah, you'd like to think it could possibly go into that 4-minute mark. So he's sitting there at 4 minutes 62. Lee Jackson with a great ride ahead of the likes of Mitch Rapalona, Karen McKinnon and Keegan Wright. Thomas Slavic also on that leaderboard.
Definitely some people from all over the world who are going to be looking to knock Bass van Steenbergen off that hot seat, but take a look at what they're going to have to contend with. This run was flawless.
Exactly that, Cam. It really did look flawless. The places we saw him, he was pedaling wherever there wasn't a jump. He was pumping. He was doing everything to push that forward momentum as much as he could. This is Magnus Manthan, another local Canadian from the Sunshine Coast, another youngster finding his feet.
This kid has definitely been making waves in the tradition of Stevie Smith, coming out of British Columbia, focusing the attention on World Cup downhill. He's having a good season, isn't he?
And what a man to aspire to, the late Stevie Smith. Magnus, no slouch on EDGE, managed to notch up a 4th place, and there you see it, 0.58. Hopefully he can really pull some of this back and attack on his downhill bike here in the downhill section. Bas van Steenbergen was flawless though down the bottom here. That bike will be a bit sluggish out of that turn, but once he can get it up to speed here, maybe he can maintain speed with Bas. So Magnus, yes, he has done that. So that downhill bike paying off. 0.17. That bike is up to speed now. There is a good possibility he can bring this home in front of the home fans here in Canada. Just keeping it low. Will he challenge the time of Bas van Steenbergen? Magnus, he does just that, Cam. 0.27.
Look at that, knocking Bas van Steenbergen, the 2016 Fox Air DH champion, off of the hot seat and bringing it back to British Columbia right now. Magnus Manson, the man to beat. Take a look at our current standings.
Yeah, so no surprise there. Magnus Manson, Bas van Steenbergen. Bas, a former winner. Magnus has been in the top 5 before. Both put down storming runs, but Magnus pipped Bas there by the smallest of margins.
Okay, it looks like it's going to be Eddie Masters. This should be good.
No, this should be great. So Eddie Masters. I don't think he did that many practice runs. Chatted to him earlier. He's on his Enduro bike, so that 29 equipped pivot that he took to a 3rd place in the EWS here at Crankworx. So fit as a fiddle. The likable Eddie Masters, always having fun, but man, don't let that deceive you on how hard this guy works and how hard he trains.
Well, you said, Andrew, you don't think he got too many practice runs in. On A-line, does that even matter? Everybody knows his trail like the back of their hand.
That's true, Cam, but you heard the riders. Like, it's a total different beast to race. So if you're not going to go in and put some hot laps in and really see how fast you can hit these jumps, it's going to be quite the surprise doing it at a race pace. So Eddie Masters, we're not going to lose him to EWS just yet, but he's put in some storm results. 4 seconds back. Still a respectable time coming down here after a big weekend of EWS. So he said, you know what? He likes this kind of split schedule. He likes to do downhill, he likes to do EWS, still having a lot of fun on the World Cup circuit and Crankworx.
Ed Masters not giving himself any time to be bored, but right now the time coming in 4.6 seconds back behind Magnus Manson. Not going to be Eddie Masters' day, but wow, he definitely had a good showing in the Enduro just a few days ago. Oh, look at this. Sorry to interrupt, Michaela. Great to hear from Eddie Masters, but look at Finn Isles. Green at the split, scrubbing.
Exactly that. The 1,000 runs is paying off here. He's 2 seconds up.
Oh, come on.
Oh, my goodness. Finn Isles, his first year in Elite year. He's going to smash the time. 2.29 seconds up. Finn Isles is your new leader here in front of a hometown crowd.
Did you hear that? The Whistler Village just erupted for their local boy, Finn Isles, smashing the time of Magnus Manson. Take a look back at the replay.
So we spoke to him earlier. He is hard on the pedals out of this turn. Shows the manuals, keeping very low. Man, Finn Isles, that local knowledge paying off here. The youngster, first year out of Elite, coming off a World Cup podium already this year. He started the season a little bit slow, but man, he's carrying huge pace here, straight lining those 2 turns. My word, with the number 5 plate on his bike, but straight into number 1 spot, your current leader, Finn Isles.
Right now, we're talking about the man who's in the lead of the King of Crankworx right now, out of New Zealand, Sam Blenkinsop.
So Bengi's got to hope he's got some legs after yesterday's podium in Garbanzo. A man that has got second before in this event in 2017. And if there's a man that can pedal everywhere, and we mean everywhere, Cam, we're always talking in the air, Sam Blenkinsop. This is a man so fit. So if he can string it all together, can he challenge Finn Isles' time here? No, he's 2.99 back, basically 3 seconds there. That is a tall order, and almost all she wrote for Sam Blenkinsop to take down Finn Isles. So making his way through the downhill section here, Sam Blenkinsop, one of Crankworx favorites, the leader in the King of Crankworx series here. He needs to keep pedaling and keep pumping here because he needs points for that overall.
Yeah, that's true. Even if he's not going to take the win right now, you got to think a podium could really be beneficial for that King quest.
Yeah, if he can slip into the top 3, that's really great, strong points for that series. So Sam Blenkinsop making it into the finish here. Pedaling in the air. Sam Blenkinsop bringing it home. Not going to challenge Finn Isles. What will it be? He's into 4th place, 3.41 seconds back. What a storming finish by Finn Isles, putting even more time into Sam Blenkinsop in the last 30 seconds of this track. And then there was one,
the reigning king of Crankworx from the 2017 season. Also trying to make it 2 in a row here in the Fox Air DH, France's Adrien Leron.
So as you said, you see that number board, the king of Crankworx number board. All the pressure on this man. What will the split tell us? Is he in touch? No, 2.78 back. Finn Isles can breathe another sigh of relief and maybe even start the celebrations here. What can Adrien do on the lower half of this track?
Well, we've seen so many riders come through close to 3 seconds back at this point. Nobody's been able to find time on the bottom section of this course. So it is very unlikely that Adrien Leron will be able to do it. And he's losing even more time, 3.7 back right now.
Finn was really flying down the downhill section, really taking that hometown advantage to another level. Finn Isles, almost unexpected, his first year in elite. Adrien Leron is not going to do it though. Where will he be placed? 5th place for Adrien Leron, but Finn Isles will take that win on his birthday.
Well, happy birthday to Finn Isles. The Whistler
birthday.
Village is on their feet, cheering and clapping.
And I have a message for him. Beers on you tonight. You deserved it. You've earned it. That is amazing.
Well, there you have it, putting 2.29 seconds on Magnus Manson, breaking the 4-minute mark, which was our big question at the beginning of the day. Was anybody going to be able to make it from the start of A-line to the finish corral in under 4 minutes? Only one was able to do it. His name was Finn Isles.